What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. And this is the #1 fucking source right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script, episode number 92, part number 1, to start your Survivor Series weekend off the right fucking way, man. This is the #1 wrestling podcast in your subscription boxes right here on YouTube.com, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me right here for another episode of Off the Script. We have a lot to get into. We're going to talk about Survivor Series. We're going to break it down. We're going to go over the match card, preview, predictions, the usual menu right before pay-per-view. So stick around for that. Hope you guys are looking forward to that. There's not a lot of news this week, so I'm going to spread out the news that I have over the course of the weekend. So primarily in this video, we're going to talk about Survivor Series and break down the match card and give you my thoughts and opinions behind everything. But before we get into that, guys, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of important stuff, you know, that I want to go over. Number one, most importantly, my buddy Ralph, he is going through a very, very difficult time right now. You guys might not know him. I'm going to link you his YouTube and his Twitter down below, okay? He lost his mother this weekend, and I want to send my condolences, my thoughts, my prayers, and my well wishes to Ralph. He's DemonRalph on YouTube. Like I said, I'm going to leave you his Twitter and his YouTube page down below. I want you guys to do the same thing for him this weekend. I want you to leave him your thoughts, your prayers, your well wishes. I don't know what he's going through because I can't sit here and tell you that I lost my mother. I've lost my grandpa, and you guys know how I dealt with that. It was a very, very difficult time. And that was the only time I had to ever go through that. And everything came down in bunches, man. I lost my grandpa. I lost my two dogs, my two family dogs, all in like a 6-month span. I can't even imagine what he's going through. So what I want you guys to do as a part of Team JD, I want you to go to his Twitter. I want you to follow him. I want you to go to his YouTube page, and I want you to subscribe to him. I want you to leave him love, well wishes, thoughts, prayers, whatever you got. I want you to send all those good vibes in his direction, okay? And tell him that I sent you, all right? Ralph, if you're watching, I love you, buddy. I haven't spoken to you in a little bit, but I'm here for you. If you ever need anything, man, you certainly know where to find me, okay? So do that for me, guys. I would greatly appreciate it. Number 2, I want to wish a fucking happy birthday to one of my #1 supporters, man, HorseSixZero. You guys got to go fucking follow him and subscribe to his YouTube page as well, man. If you guys want an out-of-control maniac with the most boisterous opinion in the fucking gaming community, Horse is your fucking man. He's celebrating his birthday today. I don't know if I think it's today. I think it was his birthday today, but he's going to be celebrating all weekend, man, like a fucking beast. He's going to be drinking cold beverages. He's going to be fucking relaxing and doing his thing. I want you guys to wish HorseSixZero, and I'm wishing HorseSixZero a fucking happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, brother. Now, I know you guys have been asking for it. Man. I am getting t-shirts made. Man. I'm in the process of getting a fucking logo designed for the "and this" fucking catchphrase, okay? You're gonna have "and this" t-shirts, hopefully before Christmas, man. So I'm gonna try and get that to you guys immediately. The fucking fans have spoken, and you all love "and this," man. So I'm getting them made. You're gonna have the original Off the Script t-shirt, and then you're gonna have the "and this" fucking t-shirts made. They're gonna be available at ProWrestlingTees.com whenever they're made. Whenever the design is finished, I will let you guys know. But if you guys want to go grab an authentic, original Off the Script t-shirt for the program right here on YouTube.com, you guys can definitely do that. ProWrestlingTees.com/WWE Off the Script. And last but not least, guys, it's going to be a big weekend on the DangerZone. All right? Chris and Michelle have another one of my videos going up on Sunday. I'm giving you guys a heads up. Sunday, we will be talking about, on the DangerZone, courtesy of JD, Behind the Mic #2, we're going to be talking about my top 5 personal favorite Survivor Series moments. It's a 30-minute plus episode of Behind the Mic. You're not going to want to miss it, man. It's very well thought out, very well spoken. I put a lot of work into it, and I want you guys to go check that out. On Sunday, it will be uploaded on the DangerZone. If you guys don't know what the DangerZone is, it's a community channel where everybody can go and just talk about the things that they love in the world of professional wrestling, man. And they're fucking kicking ass in the DangerZone, man. They got 10,000 subscribers reached already, and the videos are doing 5,000-6,000 views, man. That's fucking amazing. So go subscribe to the DangerZone. Go follow their Twitter. I'll leave you all the information you need down in the description below. And as of course, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, and you can always subscribe to my channel if you guys want the best WWE news and rumors on YouTube.com. You guys know the deal about that, all right? Now, let's get into the Survivor Series, guys. The Survivor Series is looking pretty decent on paper. I will give you that, okay? We got the WWE Championship tournament. The semifinals and then the finals will be taking place in the on the pay-per-view on the WWE Network, okay? We got Roman Reigns versus Alberto Del Rio, Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose, and then the winners of those two individual matches will go on to fight for the WWE Championship, which is vacant, as you all know, unless you're living in a fucking cave somewhere. Seth Rollins blew out his ACL, tore his meniscus, his MCL. He pretty much destroyed his entire knee, and he's going to be out 6 to 9 months. He had to vacate the WWE Championship, and this is the reason why the WWE has been holding this tournament, man. 16 men started this thing, and only one will be crowned WWE Champion. The Undertaker and Kane versus two members of the Wyatt family, which were introduced as Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. Those are the two men from the Wyatt family that will be challenging the Brothers of Destruction at the Survivor Series, which is the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker's debut at this very show. WWE Divas Championship, Charlotte, who is the champion, going in, will be challenging Paige, and she will be defending her Divas Championship, man. And a singles match that was announced on SmackDown, Tyler Breeze making his WWE pay-per-view debut, going against Dolph Ziggler. And WWE didn't really announce the participants of this match, but there will be a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, elimination style. I don't know if that's going to be on the pre-show, or if that's going to be on the actual pay-per-view itself, but we will find out what happens, I'm assuming, during the pre-show, who is going to be in this elimination traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. But let's talk about the main course of the Survivor Series, guys. Obviously, the WWE Championship. You guys know how I feel about this entire scenario, okay? Obviously, none of us wanted Seth Rollins to be injured. Nobody. Seth Rollins was doing his thing. He was one of the more popular guys on the roster. He was a workhorse. He was carrying the WWE on his shoulders. He was probably the best in-ring performer the WWE had before he went down with injury, quite foolishly, I should say. Kane versus Seth Rollins should have never happened. Seth Rollins never should have been put in that position, and it really didn't make sense storyline-wise. I went off. I started fucking ranting and raving and being boisterous about everything. You guys know how I felt about that news when it broke. But now that everything is calm, I'm looking at this, or I'm trying to at least. I'm trying to look at the positives about Seth Rollins vacating the WWE Championship. This tournament is built around Roman Reigns. We all know Roman Reigns is going to be in the finals. By hook or by crook, Roman Reigns is going to be in the finals of this WWE Championship tournament. He will beat Alberto Del Rio. I'm assuming this is going to be a great match. It's going to be a pay-per-view worthy match. Roman Reigns will get the job done. And I like Roman Reigns' style. I think when he's put in a big match situation, like I've said in the past, Roman Reigns delivers. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. A lot of you people out there, especially when we did Out of Nowhere with Joe Cronin on episode number 6. If you guys missed that, it was our best show to date. I will also leave you a link down in the description below. A lot of you guys mentioning, what if Kevin Owens wins the WWE Championship? Listen, I'm going to lay this out for every one of you guys right now again, and I hate repeating myself. Man. Kevin Owens, though I love him, and I love his work, and I love his character, and I'm sure he's more than ready to be a world champion within WWE right now, and with the way he has the Intercontinental Championship, and they're building that title around Kevin Owens. It's not the right time for Kevin Owens to be WWE Champion. I'm sure he can carry the belt, no problem. I'm sure Kevin Owens can be a WWE Champion. If you give it to him on Sunday, I'm not going to bitch and moan. I'm going to question the decision, but I'm not going to bitch and moan. I don't think Kevin Owens is right for the WWE Championship at this point in time. Why? Because he is the Intercontinental Champion, number one. If you give him the WWE Championship, everything you're trying to do with the IC title being on Kevin Owens is going to be null and void, man. It's going to be absolutely wasted. You're going to take the spotlight off the Intercontinental Championship and what Kevin Owens is trying to do with that title, and you're going to put all of it on the WWE Championship. It will be forgotten. We don't want to go through another tournament. We don't want to have to go through another deciding factor on who's going to be the next Intercontinental Champion. Kevin Owens can't defend both the WWE and the Intercontinental Championship at the same time. One belt is enough for Kevin Owens. That's just the most logical reasoning behind this. Number two, I've mentioned this several times in the past, Sami Zayn is due back any month now. You know, more than likely he will be in the Royal Rumble, and if WWE plays their cards right and actually has a fucking brain, they would give us Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn is not going back down to NXT when he comes back from injury. He's not. There's nothing for him to do down there, man. He was the NXT champion. He was put on the shelf by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens took that belt away from him, and now Kevin Owens has graduated to the main roster. Sami Zayn's going to be looking for revenge, just like anybody else that would be out for that long of a time, okay? Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will happen, and it needs to happen at WrestleMania, period, okay? I don't understand why you people would want to see Kevin Owens as the WWE Champion, or you're telling me, or telling Joe, or calling in, yeah, JD, I see Kevin Owens as the champion, because giving the title to Roman Reigns is a little bit too obvious. Let me tell you something, guys. The most simplest things are the best, okay? The most obvious choices are sometimes the best choices. I'm going to lay that out there right there for you right now, okay? Roman Reigns is going to win the WWE Championship. Now, I think it's going to be Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. But I tell you this right now, and I swear on everything that I fucking possess, if Roman Reigns wins the WWE Championship as a face, and he goes into Monday Night Raw as a face, everything this tournament is, everything that the Survivor Series is supposed to be for 2015 will be a fucking colossal, complete, utter fucking disastrous failure. I'm telling you right now. Roman Reigns as a face, nobody wants. Nobody. If he wins the title from Dean Ambrose at Survivor Series and WWE gives us no swerve, no surprise, nothing, he's going to be booed. He's going to be booed out of the building. So why don't you do the obvious? Turn him heel. If he goes into Monday Night Raw with the championship, he's going to be booed. You don't want that. You don't want that. Roman Reigns is going to be booed for all the wrong reasons. He's going to be hated, and he's going to be disrespected, and he's going to be disliked because nobody wants to see him. He's going to be booed because he is the WWE champion, and the WWE gave us a baby face that they want to shove down everyone's throat, and they want to force him upon us because John Cena is out of the picture and because Seth Rollins is out with injury and he had to vacate the title. They're going to be booing him for the wrong reasons. I want the WWE fans to be booing Roman Reigns for the right reasons. And the right reasons are backstabbing or stabbing Dean Ambrose in the back and betraying that friendship, betraying that brothership, okay? That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Can you imagine the nuclear heat that Roman Reigns would get if you put him in a situation or a scenario where he cheats to win and wins the title from Dean Ambrose? Can you imagine the scenario if Roman Reigns is on the verge of being beat and Dean Ambrose is about to capture the WWE Championship and he then aligns himself with Triple H, maybe takes the belt and smashes Dean Ambrose across the fucking head when the referee's back is turned, distraction by Triple H? People will fucking boo. People will hate him. People will hate him. What if Roman Reigns wins the title and people are booing him and Dean Ambrose at the end, you know, they go to embrace or shake hands or hug and then he fucking brutally attacks Dean Ambrose at the end, you know? And then Triple H comes into the ring and they embrace and Roman Reigns is the new man of the authority. Any one of those scenarios needs to work. Any one of those scenarios needs to happen. If none of that happens, and Roman Reigns goes into Monday Night Raw as a good guy, as a face, this is a fucking failure. And everything the WWE is planning to do with Roman Reigns is a fucking complete disaster. Roman Reigns as a babyface champion is not going to work. If the WWE's plan for Roman Reigns is to have him a babyface, you need to turn him heel right now. Because you want him admired. You want him cheered. You want him to be the focus of the company. You want him to be the number one guy people cheer, when he comes out and represents Monday Night Raw each and every week. He's not at that level yet. They all have to go through a heel turn. Do it. The Rock did it at Deadly Games. The same thing. I don't give a fuck if you script this show exactly like you did Deadly Games. It needs to happen. Roman Reigns needs to walk out of Survivor Series as a heel. If not, this is a fucking failure. But either way you look at it, it's going to be Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, because that's what makes sense. That's what's going to be the most intriguing. That's what's going to invest a lot of people in the main event of Survivor Series, because you're going to have everyone hanging on the edge of their seat. Is something going to happen? Is one of these guys turning heel? Everybody's going to be looking for that one big moment. If nothing happens, I'm coming right on here on YouTube and I'm going to fucking rip this pay-per-view apart, man. It needs to happen. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns wins the WWE Championship by going heel. That's my prediction. If it doesn't happen and Roman Reigns goes into Monday Night Raw as a face, this company is fucking done. Done. I don't want to hear anything about the WWE Championship. As far as I'm concerned, there will be no WWE Championship. And that's not because I don't like Roman Reigns. I've been praising Roman Reigns. You're going to have some fucking idiot out there who's going to say, JD, oh, you don't like Roman Reigns, you're hating on Roman Reigns, etc., blah, blah, blah. Listen, I praise Roman Reigns for, stepping up to the plate in a big match situation. I've been doing that for the last couple of months. So you guys obviously aren't listening to what I'm talking about. Roman Reigns as a babyface is fucking disgusting. As a babyface world champion, it's disgusting. Okay? It needs to be heel. He needs to turn heel. And that's the end of that. Roman Reigns needs to be the biggest fucking heel in the company. And he needs to align himself with Triple H. Just like The Rock did with Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon at Deadly Games. It needs to happen, man. It really needs to happen. So hopefully WWE's smart. We get that type of ending. If not, this entire pay-per-view is a complete fucking disaster. What else we got? The Undertaker and Kane versus two members of the Wyatt family, which were announced as Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. I don't care. I really, really, really don't even fucking care, man. The Wyatts could certainly use a pay-per-view victory because they have zero momentum right now. I don't give a shit what Bray Wyatt is saying on Monday Night Raw. I don't care how many lightning storms Bray Wyatt can summon up. I don't care if Bray Wyatt can fucking shoot fire out of his fucking mouth. I don't give a fuck if Bray Wyatt can do magic tricks in the ring. I don't care, man. That is not gaining momentum for the Wyatt family. They were destroyed by Kane and The Undertaker on Monday Night Raw. Two men took out four. So what type of momentum do they have? You got to look at it in two ways. Number one, Bray Wyatt can certainly use a victory. The Wyatt family can certainly use a nice rub from both Kane and The Undertaker. Also, on the flip side of things, this is the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker debuting at Survivor Series. Can you see him losing? Can you see The Undertaker losing on his 25th anniversary? That's a huge milestone, man. The 25th anniversary of The Undertaker's debut in the WWE at this very pay-per-view. Do you see him losing? It doesn't make sense to me. This entire feud doesn't make sense to me. The Undertaker and Kane, they were abducted. The fucking Wyatt family took their souls and abducted their souls. And then all of a sudden these guys come out and destroy the Wyatt family 4-on-2. I don't get it, man. Like I said in my Monday Night Raw review, where the fuck were these guys? Were they locked in a fucking broom closet somewhere? Were they out at the fucking pub drinking Guinness, pounding Guinness? I don't know. Where the fuck were they, man? I don't know. Were they fucking, at the bowling alley? I don't know, man. I don't know what is going on with this feud, but it's got me to a point where I just don't care. I don't care about what happens here. I really don't. And if the Wyatts do end up winning this match, it won't be because they pinned The Undertaker. Kane will obviously take the pin here, but I'm going with Undertaker and Kane. This feud makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense to me, man. There's no logic. The WWE's been lazy with all of this. I really have not enjoyed anything. And I hope and I pray to God this does not lead to an Undertaker Bray Wyatt match again at WrestleMania. I want this, after this, to be one and done. One and done. Undertaker and Kane versus the Wyatt family. I'm going with Taker and Kane simply because I just can't see the Undertaker losing at the Survivor Series, being that it's its 25th anniversary, man. I just can't see it. Divas Championship, Charlotte champion going against Paige, who's the challenger. I'm going with Charlotte here. I can't see Paige winning the title. I really can't. Charlotte really hasn't had a run with the title yet, and she's too good to just take the belt off of her. I will say this about this segment that everyone seems to be talking about, where WWE scripted Charlotte to talk about Reed Flair. Please, who is it? Reed Flair, her brother, whoever fucking passed away, man. It's disgusting, number one, that WWE brought this up and made this into a fucking angle, number one. Number two, I feel like everything is fucking forced. I think it was Reed Flair. David Flair? I don't know, man. One of the fucking brothers. I really don't even... That's how much I fucking don't care, man. I don't care. I really don't. WWE is forcing this feud and forcing this entire angle and trying to make it something personal between these two women. There's nothing personal here. There's absolutely nothing personal here, man. How am I supposed to interpret this, man? That's the one thing that I thought when I'm watching this. There's no emotion here. There's no real-life emotion here. You know, if you want real-life emotion, you gotta go back to what Bret Hart and Steve Austin did, man. You seen it. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. You seen it. You know, even though Austin and Bret, they loved each other and they respected the fuck out of each other, it translated into fucking raw television. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, you seen that these two fucking guys hated each other, man. You seen it in everything that they did before they actually patched things up. Charlotte and Paige, there's no real emotion here, man. There really isn't. The WWE took the cheap route at getting Paige cheap heat, and this is the result. I really didn't even care about the brawl and the catfight on the announce table and around the ringside area. That was probably the best part of this segment, but everything about this is forced. It really just doesn't speak to me whatsoever. And I can't see Paige winning the title because Charlotte really hasn't had a run with it, man. This is her first title defense, since beating Nikki Bella. You need to keep the belt on her. You really need to keep the belt on her. But then at that point, I can't see the WWE dragging this out. What are they going to talk about next, man? What are they going to talk about next? Ric Flair was mentioned, mentioned this entire feud, that he was not filled in about everything. And he didn't want to speak up about it because he's afraid that he will damage Charlotte's push. He's afraid that if he speaks up about it, he's going to damage Charlotte's push, and they're going to take the belt off her, and they're going to ruin her run as champion. But Charlotte's mother is fucking a house of fire, man. She's fucking pissed about everything. WWE took the cheap route. I don't think they should have went that route. It just came off really forced and unoriginal, and there's no real emotion behind it. Charlotte wins it. Paige is not going to capture the title just yet. Charlotte will retain the Divas Championship. Dolph Ziggler versus Tyler Breeze. Simple. Going to leave it right out there. Tyler Breeze cannot lose this match. Tyler Breeze needs to win this match. It's his first pay-per-view. If you have anything invested in Tyler Breeze, Dolph Ziggler has to fucking lay down 1, 2, 3. The traditional Survivor Series match, I have no fucking idea who's going to be in it, but as of right now, A New Day's not on the card. The Usos are not on the card. The Dudleys are not on the card. The Lucha Dragons are not on the card. You could see any one of those guys in this 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Possible Stardust inclusion in that. Ryback, Jack Swagger. I don't know, man. I don't know what WWE's planning to do. I don't even know if the match is going to take place on the actual pay-per-view card itself. It might take place on the pre-show. But regardless of that, I'm assuming those guys, or a mix of those individuals, will be in this 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. But that's it, guys. That's the Survivor Series. It's really built around Roman Reigns and the WWE Championship, and who's going to be crowned the new WWE Champion. Hopefully we see something interesting happen at Survivor Series. If not, like I said from the beginning of this video, this pay-per-view will be a fucking disaster. Something needs to happen, and what needs to happen is Roman Reigns needs to turn heel and be crowned a new WWE Champion by joining the Authority and aligning himself with Triple H. That's what needs to happen. I don't give a fuck if you script it the same exact way, down to the very last fucking letter on that script, man. It needs to happen the same exact way the Deadly Games tournament, back when The Rock joined Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon at Survivor Series. It needs to happen. Roman Reigns needs to be a heel. walking out of Survivor Series and walking on into Monday Night Raw as the new authority figure for Triple H. That's it. That's what needs to happen. That's my Survivor Series preview predictions, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you want to see at Survivor Series. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me, whatever, man. It's a great topic for discussion. Survivor Series coming at you Sunday. I will be here to review it, as always, on my channel as soon as the pay-per-view goes off the air. Remember to check out everything in the description below, man. Ralph, HorseSixZero, DangerZone, ProWrestlingTees.com. If you missed Out of Nowhere with me and Joe Cronin on Wednesday, that's even down there. Everything you guys need is in the description, man. Go check that shit out. I will be back with part 2 of Off the Script. Apparently there's news that Austin Aries and a few other TNA guys, the Ring of Honor guys, are actually at the NXT tapings this week, so we're going to talk about that. Like I said, there's no news going around this week. It's been a very slow news because everybody's anticipating Survivor Series. So whatever I got, guys, I'm going to spread out across the weekend. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below, and I'll see you right back here for part 2 of number 92 of Off the Script. And I'll be back with you guys on Saturday, man. Until then, take care. This is JD, and I'll talk to you all on Saturday.